Hi, my name is Julie Ray, and welcome back for episode 2 of Ray Ray's Corner. So today I'm going to talk about asthma and breathing trouble and chest pain related to fibromyalgia, and also with fibromyalgia and how it impacts individuals with asthma, including obviously myself, and tell you a little bit of story time about how it has impacted my breathing and asthma, having those fibromyalgia symptoms. So when I was little, I obviously didn't have fibromyalgia yet, and I was having breathing trouble, usually in the winter time, having the occasional asthma attack, but it was not nearly as bad as it is now. I was able to, as I grew up, stop worrying about taking my inhaler and completely stop taking my emergency inhaler, other than maybe once every year or two. However, about 2-3 years ago, in the fall of 2013, I believe it was. Oh gosh, it was more than 2 years ago. Wow. Sorry, in the fall of 2014, I actually was in my first year of university, and I got bronchitis. Started with a cough. I got really bad, but I had no idea that it was bronchitis. I thought it was just asthma. I hadn't had to deal with my asthma in a long time, so I just ignored it, pushed it away. I went through exams with this horrible cough, trouble breathing, having to stop in the hallways on the way to each lecture, and it was pretty bad. By the time I got it treated, I think it was 2 months in, and then it took the following 2 months before it was fully gone and treated. However, I had a very short break, and then for 4 following months of the winter springtime, I had chronic daily severe asthma attacks. Not sure my lips weren't going blue. However, I was having so much trouble breathing, and I was coughing, but it was no longer bronchitis. And I was just getting so winded from the breathing trouble that I would have to stop on the way to the bus, stop on the way to class, sometimes 2 or 3 times, and I could see the bus stop from my house, so it was pretty sad. Just so I could stop, on the side of the road, take my emergency inhaler, take a little break, and then continue on my way. This continued for about 4 months, and then it sort of slowed down a little bit. However, ever since then, my breathing has not been quite as good as it used to be when I was younger. However, when my fibromyalgia set in, gradually I began to get an onset of symptoms, getting, the heavy chest, which I had had since the bronchitis, but it was worse, like someone sitting on your chest or jumping up and down. I was constantly struggling to breathe. I have to carry around my inhaler all the time, one in the car, one in the house, one in my purse, and sorry. And it was getting to be a hassle. However, I was sent for a spirometry and lung x-rays, and it was coming back as nothing, because I was just being told that it was due to the fibromyalgia, and there was nothing that we could do about it. Unfortunately, because I was having so many breathing issues, my asthma inhaler had to be switched. I'm now on, they had me on the, I'm trying to remember, sorry. They had me on a powder inhaler that you had to click and inhale quite deeply, but I can't inhale very deeply. So I was switched to an Advair powder inhaler, not any better. And then I was put on to, here it is, Advair inhaler. I was on 500 mcg, but was switched to 250 mcg. When I was on, sorry, the winter is affecting everything right now. When I was on 500 mcg, I was just using this tube to take my inhaler. So obviously just put it in the end, press down, but taking in a deep breath and holding it, very difficult for me. That actually causes more breathing issues than it helps. So this past month I actually purchased a new tube because I needed a replacement anyway, and I needed an additional tube for, you know, when I'm out. I need one in my purse as well. So I purchased a tube with a mask. Also, someone had mentioned to me that it would be easier to inhale my medication if I had a mask. And I'll tell you, this mask is a lifesaver when you're taking medication, especially when you're taking your Ventolin, salbutamol inhaler, which is an emergency inhaler. And I have asthma attacks pretty much every day now, sometimes, 2-3 times a day, where, I'm having so much trouble breathing that I have to take it. And I used to have to take, multiple puffs, and just it felt like it was too much. But since I've started using this, I've had to take fewer puffs, because I'm not taking, one breath and then coughing it out. I can kind of cough into the mask. It means that I have a lot more to clean, but it does help. Now, unfortunately, unfortunately, I'm not exactly sure why my breathing is as bad as it is, even though I know that fibromyalgia does cause severe breathing issues and chest pain. I've had my spirometry tests done and a few other tests, but I can't be measured accurately because I actually can't breathe well enough for the spirometry test to even register. So I don't even register on the machine pretty much at all. So they try it a couple times a year the last few years, and they send me home. Every time they just say, maybe next time. So this is kind of a conundrum, because we really want to know what the problem is, if there's, a better medication or a better emergency inhaler that we can use, or some type of better therapy we can try for my breathing. But so far we have not come up with anything. If you have personally any ideas, just let me know in the comments below. and I will take a peek. I do read the comments. I know there's only 2 so far, but I do read the comments. I take them seriously, and if you have any ideas, I actually jot them down and I will look into them myself. So thank you for sticking around for episode 2 of Ray Ray's Corner. If you liked the video, please thumbs up or subscribe to watch all the videos that keep on coming. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.